I think you must never say never, because you just don't know what will happen. And there are various projects I have still out in the conventional world, film scripts I've written and TV scripts I've written. So if something like that came up, then it would be obviously very tempting for me to do it. But the frequency ultimately is an open-ended project. I think I'd like people to think of it more like a club they go to, or a church they go to, or a meeting they go to, or something like that. In other words, the venue stays the same. The frequency is the place you go to, but what happens there, what kind of music they play at that club, what kind of conversations happen, in that church or something, it can always be changed. So in that sense, it's not a project that I feel I will ever get trapped in, because it will just evolve and be what we want. The first stage of it has been largely audio, for all sorts of reasons, but mainly cost, to be honest with you. It's very expensive to make 30 programs and make films. But the next stage, we are going to start moving over from an audio experience towards TV and video. So I'm very excited about that, and I can certainly see in a year or two we might make a frequency movie, or have a frequency TV show or something. That would be my kind of dream for this, yeah.
For those of you with a short attention span, here is the essence of enlightenment. First, you see the world is complex. Then you see everything is connected. Then you cannot distance yourself from anything else. Anything else. Then you are enlightened for a little while. Then you are not enlightened. And so it goes. And so it goes. Then you lose your enemies. Then you lose your beliefs. Then you lose your mind. And so it goes. Then you surrender. Then you are content with reality. Reality. Then you do not need to hear this.
I think that we're going to move towards, we'll be doing lots of different things. For instance, the project can exist purely as a website experience. Time we want to do some live performances where we will get maybe 100 people together and we'll play them some of the material, we'll project images, it'll be much more like a live show. So those two things can coexist. And if we did a live show, we might then record that, make a video of that, and that could go on the site and be part of the experience. Again, it is designed precisely to be able to respond to whatever the circumstances are. I think the most likely option, if the project goes well, is that next time we will start to make content for a TV station. That's what I would really like to do. I don't think we'll be broadcasting 24 hours a day, but I think that that would be a beautiful form, so that perhaps once a week or once a month, people can go and watch some of our programs. I think it's only maybe that what has surprised and delighted me about doing this project is that there is power in uncertainty, that actually it's quite gripping and entertaining and interesting when people sit down and say, I don't know, and then they talk. And most of our world is about, I know something you don't know, I must tell you this. And that's why if you go online or try and join anything, it's almost always the top 3 secrets, and the thing you must know, the 7 steps to, as I was saying earlier. And so I'm very proud of the fact that I think our project is substantial. It is about something. It is full of people really being very truthful and honest. But at the same time, it comes from everybody getting together and saying, I don't know. I find life confusing. I've done all these courses and I still feel frustrated. I keep thinking I'm enlightened, but I'm not. It's about that conversation. And I love the idea, especially after having a lot of experience in an area, that I go back to being a student. The whole site, it is a site for students by students. There are no teachers, Though I think that's the essence of it for me. And I think that when people respond to that uncertainty, it opens a door. So they don't feel, I'm being told something. Is that true or not? They think, I am being invited into a conversation. And it seems like a light conversation, we're just chatting, but then it seems a bit more serious, it seems a bit deeper, and before you know it, we are at this place where we really are talking about something very, very important. So that's what I would say overall. I love the fact that it is a site that asks questions rather than delivers answers.
Are you Pisces?
Yes.